And Catherine Delahunty.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Tēnā koutou te whare. To the Minister of Social Development, does she consider bringing up babies to be meaningful, productive work? If so, why is she considering making young mothers on the domestic purposes benefit?
Order. I apologise. No, another speaker will deal with the matter. I just ask both members, please, to stop this inane interjection across the front of the House. Catherine Delahunty.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I'll start again. To the
Members
Minister,
most welcome.
does she consider bringing up babies to be meaningful, productive work? If so, why is she considering making young mothers on the domestic purposes benefit seek paid employment when their youngest child turns 1?
Mr Speaker, yes to the first part, and to the second part the government is looking at a number of recommendations from the Welfare Working Group, one of which is how to work with the 1 in 4 women who have another child while on benefit.
Catherine Delahunty.
Will a mother fail a work test if she refuses to accept a minimum wage job that doesn't pay enough to cover her childcare costs?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, that's a hypothetical situation. She's talking about changes that might be made in the future and I cannot comment.
Catherine Delahunty.
Supplementary. How will she ensure that young mothers forced into jobs with inflexible hours and conditions are still able to breastfeed their babies, or does she expect them to stop?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, as I said, there's a number of recommendations that the government's currently looking at. She's giving scenarios that are not currently part of this government's policy.
Catherine Delahunty.
Supplementary. Does she agree that training and upskilling, including studying at university, is a proven and successful path for young mothers off the DPB and into high-paying work? And if so, why did she kick the ladder out behind herself and axe the training incentive allowance for degree-level courses?
Mr Speaker, I believe that there's many pathways for many different mothers. That pathway is still there for them, and we've seen many successes for many of them.
Question number 10, Grant Rock. Oh, beg your pardon, the Honourable Annette King, supplementary question.
Has she requested that those working at the convenience care clinics consider administering contraception to women on the DPB?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, I speak to a number of people up and down this country and speak to them about contraception issues and how we can help those women have better choices in their lives. And I'm sure I have spoken to the Rotorua, I think Convenience Care Centre you might be talking about contraception issues quite often.
Question, Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Trevor Mallard.
What guarantee can she give that no child between the ages of 1 and 5 will be abused while being cared for by a boyfriend when the mother has been forced out to work and she can't afford childcare costs?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, what a ridiculous question.
Point of order.
Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr Speaker, if it had been a ridiculous question, sir, you would have ruled it out.
I think the question was hypothetical, and but I think it shouldn't be answered by saying it's a ridiculous question. I'd invite the Minister to answer it in a rather more parliamentary manner than that. The question was hypothetical. I fully accept that. The Minister may not like the question, but I think it's not appropriate to tell a questioner that their question is ridiculous if it's in order.
Point of order, Mr Speaker, notwithstanding the fact that you've just, I think, supported my point of order, sir. I was asking for a guarantee, sir. It wasn't a hypothetical question.
No order. The member knows that that what he was asking there is something that can't be sought in this House for something that's not even in place. You know, there's no way ministers can give such guarantees, but I think a more respectful answer is required.
Mr Speaker, 68% of partnered women who work at the moment with their children in care. There are 50% of sole parents that currently work with their children in care. They are cared by a number of different people, and I give no guarantees of what happened to those children either.
Question number 10, Grant Roberts. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr Speaker.